Alright, this is a very brief video to show all those GM48 participants out there that are voting on our game exactly how to play our game, and how we made it, and some of the mistakes that we made. Anyway, you can see here, this is our expanded resource tree, so we've got quite a lot of stuff in there, not a huge amount. It's not as much as it looks like, I should say. We did import a couple of extensions. So you got the state machine stuff from Pixelated Pove, as per usual. Thanks, buddy. We've got the Tween GMS, which is the vast majority of the scripts there. Fun fact, none of those are used. We didn't actually get around to making the menu, which is where you usually use Tween stuff to animate all the menu items. And we also have a shader or two. There was a glow shader in there, which I think, if I have a quick look inside the shaders, I'll just find out exactly who made it. Here we are. Is made by Zygothop3. It's available in the marketplace for free. It was pretty much just a little effect that we had. Did cause a few headaches because there was a bit of panic with how the views and the surfaces worked, but thankfully Andrew, aka Sidorak, on the subreddit and the Slack, helped me out, which I'm eternally grateful for. Anyway, this is our game. So it's called Glowbot, I believe. So you can see here, his little glowing dude. Another fun fact, the reason why he's a little glowing dude and not an actual animated character is because I ran out of time to animate him. So here, this screen is just designed to show you that you have to use WASD to move and press a left mouse. I hope that's obvious that that's a mouse, to fire. And also to show you that your energy does go down when you are shooting. So press enter. This screen's just to show that you can indeed shoot robots. Unfortunately, for some reason, this robot doesn't get affected by your bullets. I have a feeling it's because the object that I created for the player in this is not actually the player, and so the robot only loses health when he gets hit by a bullet that's shot by the player, not the... I think I called it the O player rather than the O player instruction. Anyway, you can see that the robots do just kind of muck around. Alright, here's the actual game, so you can see this is all the art that I did. So majority of the coding was done by James. He's the other guy that was half of the team that made this one. There was two of us. The sounds are all him. You can hear the banging tunes in the background. They're fantastic. He's really, really good at music. I'm actually really lucky that I always have friends that can do the music on my projects because I'm not very good at it. So here you can see the little glowy effect that we had from that shader. I would love to tell you how I did that. It was pretty much using objects and tiles overlaid with each other, and each object is affected by the shader but not the tile. Anyway, I learnt a lot about tiles in this GM48, so now I'm really, really confident to use those in future projects, so that's really cool. Also, massive shout out to the guy who invented Gmare, which is about 1 billion times better than the Game Maker room editor, so if anyone's looking for an alternative to that, Gmare, highly recommended. Anyway, so the gameplay of the game is meant to be that you make your way through these little levels, these little mazy levels, trying to avoid the robots doing that. Now, you'll see that a pretty fundamental flaw in our game is that you can't actually die. I've been hit around about 30 or 40 times now. I am not dying. That's because I can't. We did not have enough time to actually, or I should say I didn't have enough time to actually implement a death state. I know that is ridiculous because you can literally just make it so that you're one hit killed, and that's actually what we plan to do. But honestly, I was so tired by the time I submitted this that I just did not have the time. Anyway, so the whole gameplay idea was that you get hit once, you restart the room. And the point was that you're trying to use your limited energy, up in the top left there, to subdue robots. And then if you go and stand next to them, they become your little allies. So we've now got a little buddy bot that can follow us around. And since we only have 15 energy, that's 15 shots, and the robots take 5 shots to subdue. So you would only really be able to subdue 4 robots before you have to rely on kind of tricking the robots into shooting each other. So you can see here, if you get him near enough to his little buddy bot, he'll actually shoot them without you having to do anything. And you can claim him too. and then you make your way up to the exit pad. Now this is a fair... I think it's this level, maybe it's not. I think it's level 3. This level goes a little bit spastic. There was a problem with the obstacles. I don't know what happened, but basically they just leave. The code that governs the enemies in this level is exactly the same as the code that governs the enemies in the first level. I don't know what happened. I think it was, again, just a case of... And they also don't shoot at you, which is just great. So, yeah, kind of, basically we needed another maybe 6 to 8 hours to polish this baby up and actually test it. Once again, we did not get to playtest our own game. This is, I think, this one where there's a fairly egregious mistake in that the camera doesn't follow you. So this is the importance of playtesting your game. We would have caught all of this stuff if we literally just played through the game once. You can also hear in the background, if I shut up for a second, that the music is overlaid with each other, so that's another bug that we found. You can just press enter to skip levels. People have already found that out without us telling it, so I guess that's good. Anyway, that's pretty much it. 3 levels, and it's mostly filled with buggy crap, but we are pretty happy with the way that our assets turned out, especially the sound. Sounds amazing. We managed to get sound effects for everything. The art assets actually pretty functional. I mean, I generally do pretty simple stuff. I'm just going to stop this because that sound is terrible and terrifying. Yeah, so, I mean, we walked away having learnt stuff. I should note that the walking algorithm, so the enemies running around, is all handmade during the GM48. We did not use a pathing engine, so that was all made by James during the GM48, and you can actually see there all of the different stuff that he coded. It's pretty ridiculous. There's a lot of code there. I don't really understand a lot of it, but he assures me that it all works. And it does all work, except when I don't implement into levels properly. So apologies, James. Anyway, so that's Glowbot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's kind of the typical GM48 game because we didn't finish it properly. But yeah, as per usual, we had a lot of fun doing it. We learnt a lot. I am now very, very confident to use tiles and a little more confident to use surfaces, but still they seem like wizardry to me, so that might be my next learning initiative, is to learn how surfaces really operate. But yeah, thanks from half of the Titan Fist team, and hopefully you enjoy our game. See yous.